All right. What's up, y'all? Gonna do another mail day video. Waiting on my food to get warmed up in the oven. So, just got home and got a nice package. Woohoo! There's me, Jason M. From Mr. Dave Durango. Everybody knows and loves Double D. So package came, I guess, a little bit later than we both expected, but it did arrive. He sent it in that old Topps Chrome update box. Woohoo, look, it's got my name on it. So let's do the mail day, shall we? Because I am hungry, and I'd like to check out these cards real quick before I get cleaned up and go to bed and go back to work. So I guess he sent a bonus card. Check that out. Probably the best card in the box. Very nice of him. Thank you, Mr. Durango. Ronald Acuna Jr., popular player. And he had me pick up some had me pick out some autographs. I guess he got these at a local card store. Sorry for not saying LCS. My fault. So I picked these out. So I had some different Sox players to choose from. Everyone knows I'm the Sox guy, or one of the Sox guys. So Gabe Kapler. I like Gabe Kapler. We used to use him as a platoon right fielder for, I think, because he was good at hitting lefties. So he was good to have back there. I think maybe have him out there and spell Trot Nixon. I mean, I don't know, Trot played right field. So that's a cool card. Like Gabe. Bill Miller. If you guys ever watch the playoffs, you'll know why I love this Bill Miller card. Man used to rock Mariano in the playoffs. He had his fair share of hits against him, and you get a hit off Mariano, that's something. Anyways, and another good player that we had, Jeff Reardon. He was a good reliever for us back in the day. I don't think we had him very long. It seemed like we used to go through relievers like one every other year. You know, we traded for Heathcliff Slocum. We had who else did we have? What's that guy's name? I can't think of the name. Well, it's not that important, but hey, you know, relievers they come and go quickly, don't they? Long before we ever had Keith Folk or anybody like that, or Derek Lowe. You know, Derek Lowe went, back and forth between starting and relieving. All right, let's get these cards out here. Now, these, I guess, are from about, I don't know, a couple weeks, maybe a month ago. He had some cards, and he just broke them open for me. I guess that was a very nice gesture. His way of saying thank you for all the support, and I certainly don't mind supporting him. He has a great channel, and I know a lot of people have fun on it, including myself. So, I got some 89 Topps cards here, which, ironically, were the first cards that I really collected. They were 45 cents a pack. I got into collecting a little late. I mean, I didn't start really avidly till 89, but, I couldn't buy Upper Deck all the time, and being that I was only 11, 12 years old, it's not like I had any type of major income necessarily either to be buying cards, so mostly had Topps and Score, and I mean, I had all the 89 different brands, but, I just couldn't go out and buy Upper Deck every day, although they certainly were the nicest. So let's go through these. These are fun. Now I just put these in one per pack. A little advertisement. So let's go. I don't think I pulled anything special, but I do like the design. It's not bad. I prefer it over the 88 and the 90. So it does have that saving grace, I guess. So let's see what I pulled. Gary Gaetti, Mike Lacoste, Oakland leaders. There's Walt 3 Blind Weiss. Ha ha ha. Mike Schooler, but I hardly even know her. Ted Power. You got the power. Mike Harkey. Guess he was supposed to be special. Well, he certainly put up some numbers. Not too shabby. Never panned out, though, in the majors, really. Good reliever for us. Tom Bolton back in the day. Jay Bell. Wasn't he on the Pirates? I guess this is a little earlier card. You know, eventually, I remember he went to the Pirates. That's where his heyday was. Kevin Mitchell, who won MVP the award that year. Coming from the Mets trade. You know, he was on the Mets team that beat us in the World Series in '86. Bob Rogers. I don't think he managed very long. I'm not sure. Bob Rogers. You know, it'd be nice if they had the managerial record as well on here. You know, put some statistics of the coach, you know. Anyways. Alex Trevino, speaking of coaches, Mike Scioscia. There's a good one. Cal Ripken, even though Cal Ripken hates my guts. We've met before. Long story. I can tell it to you some other time. Anyways, Craig Lefferts. Rafael Ramirez. Hold on. They still have the pack fresh smell. All right, another advertisement. I like that shirt. Of course, they probably don't make one big enough for me. And of course, this is '89 too, so probably don't sell the shirt anymore. Scott Bales, Jack Lazorko. What's that? Another Cal Ripken. Was that the same Cal Ripken? Hold on. Am I just retarded from being tired? No, that is. Okay, so 2 Cal Ripkens. That's cool. So 2 Hall of Famers. Oh, another Hall of Famer. Another Hall of Famer. Tony Gwynn, Dave Winfield. Hope you guys saw those. Sometimes I get too focused on looking at the cards and not here. And I'm trying to put this together for you too, of course. So Sid Bream. No wrestling. I know my last video was wrestling. Oh, yeah. Jim Deshaies. 2 silhouettes on Deshaies. Joel Skinner. Another manager, Bud Black. That's always cool to go through these old cards and see the guys that end up being managers, because it kind of brings new life to the cards. You know, you just go through the commons bin, you're like, oh, but then you see that card again, you're like, oh, hey, he's a manager now. Glenn Braggs. Speaking of relievers, Hall of Famer Lee Smith. That was one of the many relievers we had, along with Jeff Reardon. Like I said, those cards are 2 years apart. So he, you know. All right, so there's Big Mac, Mark McGuire. If you would have asked me in that year who would have gone to the Hall of Fame, I would have said him and this guy. Funny how things work, I guess, sometimes, or pan out. Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball, great player. Vance Law, Dennis Rasmussen, Musselman's Applesauce. Mike Marshall. El Gato, Andres Galarraga. Good player. It's an early, well, it's not super early of him, but, you know, we all know he had some monster years with the Rockies later on in the 90s. Steve Ontiveros. Tommy Lasorda. The Hawk, Andre Dawson. Used to watch him on WGN as a kid. I don't know why it was, but our cable here in Jacksonville, we got Cubs games all the time. So that's what I ended up watching, the Cubs. The Cubs and the Braves. Way before the Rays and the Marlins were ever around. Guillermo Hernandez. Rafael Belliard. Barry Jones. Andy Benez. Had a good career. That's a nice draft pick rookie card of his. Really turned it on his junior year in college. Really put it together. Terry McGriff. Chili Davis, who was he was the hitting coach for a year or two for the Red Sox. Scott Lusader. Terry Pohl. Checklist. Woo! Checklist. Kevin McReynolds. Just remember the cards. I know that's Kevin. Nelson Santavina. There's Cal's brother Billy. Todd Stottlemyre. Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill's kind of an interesting guy. I remember they were interviewing Lou Piniella one time when he was his coach, and he said, yeah, he's going to hit 50 bombs next year. Yeah, right. Okay, Lou. We realize you like Paul, but come on now. Gerald Young. Let's see here. Jesse Barfield. Cannon for an arm. He didn't run on Jesse when he was out there in short right field. Carney Lansford. Intense look. Woo! I swear he blocked Boggs from being called up sooner. I don't know why they kept Boggs in the minors so long. It's baffling to this day. Anyways, Rick Sutcliffe, great pitcher. Rick Sutcliffe for the Chicago Cubs. Lloyd Mosby. I think that's another outfielder, right? Yeah, another outfielder. So he was out there with Barfield. And probably, George Bell, too? Dan Gladden. Dave Magadan, who also was a hitting coach. Or is a hitting coach for the Red Sox. Different teams. You know how they bounce around. Expos cards. Tom Foley. Neil Heaton. Will Tejada. Gator Mike Greenwell. Nice. Like Mike Greenwell. Wes Gardner. Jeff Robinson. All right. So we've seen the Acuna. We've seen some autos, and we've seen some 89 tops. All right, here we go, guys. Last stack. Harold Reynolds. Feel the gum on that one. That sucks. I like Harold. He's cool. Seems like a real nice guy. Chris James, he's on ESPN. Chuck Finley. Larry Owen. Bobby Bowe. Jim Traber, Jamie Moyer, good pitcher. Robbie Thompson, he's a good player too. Jeff Treadway, before his Braves days, the 90s Braves. Mike Marshall again. Looks like I'm going into the same cards. Jay Bell again. Billy Hatcher. And here's Terry before his Braves days. Brett Butler, good player. Another t-shirt ad card. Greg Booker. Here's the San Jefferson. I believe this was an error card, or there is a error card of it. I think it has to have a huge pink blotch or something, if I'm not mistaken. So, but this doesn't necessarily have that. So I forget what it was. I think it was like a big printing defect, but they actually consider it a different version of the card. Anyways, Donnie Hill. Jay Hal, Red Sox leaders. I always like this card because, don't get me wrong, I still do, because of Jody Reed. Jody Reed I really liked. He played second base for us. He used to bang out 40 doubles every year for us, play good defense. And went to Florida State, so that's part of my reason for liking him because, I live in Florida. Greg Matthews, Craig Lefferts. Boy, we're running up some time here. Let me get going. The Hackman, Jeffrey Leonard. Penitentiary face. Stan Javier. Chris James. Chuck Finley again. Mark Davis, who I believe led the league in saves one year for the Royals. Candy Maldonado. T-shirt. Terry Kennedy. Manager Bud Black. Got some doubles. That's kind of weird considering there's almost 800 cards in the set. Hall of Famer Bruce Sutter. Dwayne Ward, Jim Sundberg, power hitting Cecil, B.J. Surhoff, Mike Henneman, Calvin Schiraldi after his Red Sox days. See, Mike Campbell, Glenn Hubbard, checklist, the GOAT, Orestes Destrade, who was on the Marlins their inaugural year, a few years after these cards were made. Al Nipper, John Tudor. There's Poots. Chet Lemon. I don't know why he calls himself that. It's dumb, but whatever. Spike Owen, good player. Todd Worrell, Sherman Corbett, Dave Leeper. Brewers leaders. I think that's Rob Deere. It is. I don't know how I come up with that. Sean Hillegas, Tracy Woodson, Mitch Wild Thing Williams, Luis Polonia, now batting Mickey Hatcher. Terry Clark. I'm just trying to add some personality in here. I am tired. Charlie Liebrandt. Mike Scott had some good seasons. I heard they were not all legit, but who knows. There's some controversy if you read up on him. Whatever. Andres Thomas. Dave Henderson had some big hits for the Sox when we had them. Check t-shirt card. There's a Tigers leaders card. And these are neat because they have the individual statistics who led the team in hits and runs and wins, strikeouts, etc. Indians leaders. Boy, who is that? I don't know who that. I want to say that's Chris James. I think that's Chris James. If anyone remembers Chris James. It's not Julio Franco. It's not Joe Carter. That's for sure. I think it's Chris James. Anyways, Greg Cadaret, Eric Plunk, Gary Varsho, Norm Charlton, Alejandro Pena, Dave Gallagher with the Rookie Cup, Mr. R.J. Reynolds, Nick Leyva, almost looks airbrushed, Steve Shields, Dwayne Murphy, Tom Bernansky, who was with us for a little while, and Pascal Perez. So thank you, Mr. Dave, for sending the cards. Certainly do appreciate them. Going to go put those away and keep them nice and protected. Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. And, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Talk to you guys soon. I'm going to go eat some chicken and macaroni. Talk to y'all later.